Previously, when Princess Lewellyn ordered Lord Dane to assassinate Alan Maud right away, Alan swiftly kneeled in front of Lewellyn, desperately begging her to spare his life. At which, Lewellyn teasingly stated that she would not kill him but simply wanted to educate her maid Rosalie by doing this. Hearing this, Vivian became enraged heavily, pondering that Lewellyn commanded her knight to kill her brother merely for educating her maid, adding that from now on her brother Alan would make Lewellyn's life a complete hell. Later, when Queen Pamela was informed about Lewellyn's deed, she furiously shouted at her attendant, stating how dare Lewellyn force Alan Maud to beg in front of her, reflecting that till now she just bullied Lewellyn due to her son Bastian. But Pamela really needs to teach her how to behave in front of the queen. So, let's dive into the chapters 64 and 65 of the manhwa, The Secret Bedroom of the Forsaken Princess. As Almondite questions what she is thinking deeply, Pamela abruptly asks him to confirm from which side he is fighting, at which he smirkingly responds that of course he is on Pamela's side. Hearing this, Pamela reminds that Almondite promised if she let him to get married to Lewellyn, he will give her his complete support, inquiring if he really does not want the throne of Brygen. To this, he replies that he simply wishes to marry Lewellyn. Pamela gets enraged at hearing his declaration, shouting that now Lewellyn disrespected the future Queen Vivian. It has become very difficult for Pamela to fulfill Almondite's wish. Almondite maintains his silence a bit at listening to this, and by swiftly glancing at Pamela, he questions if Lewellyn is really becoming a threat for the royal family when she already lost her powers, stating that after Vivian's child appears, Lewellyn is thrown out from the list of the heir to the throne, so she cannot be a threat. He then adds that in the past, Pamela ruthlessly stole Lewellyn's loved ones from her, then how she can do anything alone. And even if Almondite supports Lewellyn right now, nothing will change because despite he is rich but he cannot compare to Lord Brion in army power alone. Further, as Almondite wants to protect Lewellyn from Pamela's anger, he assures her by stating that Lewellyn does not want to be a king but wishes to leave this hellish palace and go to the monastery. At listening to this revelation, she puts on a silent demeanor, reflecting that Lewellyn is a very depressing person who does not cooperate with the nobility just to make her presence low. But lately she started to show her changed nature, which annoys Pamela very much. However, she confirms herself that Almondite said that Lewellyn is just a small pebble in her path to whom she does not need to pay attention to. And even if she tries to do it, it is as simple as a piece of cake for Pamela to crush Lewellyn's weak body with her queen powers. Moreover, Pamela just needs to give Lewellyn to Almondite. Then his Berserk House's powers will be in her hands, from which she can fight against Lord Brion and support Bastian even more. Plus, she also has her lovely grandson Diane in line for the future king, which is so wonderful that she does not want anything else. However, she swiftly halts her sweet daydreaming and delivers a piercing gaze upon Almondite, inquiring why his actions are looking suspicious. Dear viewers, apologies for the interruption. If you're genuinely enjoying the content on this channel, please consider hitting the subscribe icon with all notifications, since this little support of yours will help this creator continue delivering high-quality work to brighten your day. And take a moment at the end of the video to leave a comment, sharing your thoughts on the content. Your feedback means a lot. Now, let's not take up too much of your time and jump back into the story. To this, the surrounding falls into heavy silence for a moment, where Almondite gives a serious expression, declaring that he already promised to Pamela that he will do everything for Pamela in order to marry Lewellyn. Upon hearing this, Pamela smirks clearly, pondering when Duke Almondite came back to the capital, he said that he only wants Lewellyn, adding that it is not weird when a man does everything to get a woman, as in the past she also used to dream about a stupid love like a flame. Meanwhile, Almondite gets furious, asking if Pamela thinks that he will let her to make his future wife Lewellyn on knees. At hearing his threatening, Pamela flinches heavily, yet she changes her expression, reflecting that despite Almondite's power being weaker now, he is still a noble with precious blood in his veins. Upon this, Pamela firmly announces that she will not mind Lewellyn's rude actions this time and will let her out of her radar. Almondite's face glows with a smile at listening to this, who responds that it is good that they are able to solve all the misunderstandings. Further, by glancing at his watch, he asks Pamela's permission to leave as he is getting late at that moment. Plus, by getting up from the sofa, he droops his head in front of Pamela to show respect, declaring that if he gets time in the future they will meet again. And as he takes leave, the attendants start to sing his name, stating that every time they see him, they never notice any flaw in him. On the other side, Pamela observes Almondite taking his leave with a conspiring expression, reflecting that he is so arrogant for clearly overreacting about Lewellyn in front of her. Moreover, by lifting her eyes towards the ceiling, she delivers a menacing smile on her face, announcing abruptly that she will make Lewellyn the golden crow on this national day. This declaration prompts Pamela's mischievous dog and the attendants to get astonished clearly. Pamela then plays with her dog, adding that the higher Lewellyn flies, the harder she falls. However, one of the attendants interferes, inquiring what if Duke Almondite knows about her plan. To this, Pamela responds that Almondite cannot say anything to her, as it was initially the plan of King Bastian to make Lewellyn the Golden Crow this year along with Vivin on his place. The attendants also deliver the creepy expression on their face, stating that their master is indeed very smart. Meanwhile, Pamela quickly lifts her dog in the air, animatedly expressing when Lewellyn falls hard with Golden Crow title, "It will be marvelous to witness that," adding that she is really looking forward to it. From here the scene lands to outside, where Lewellyn is enjoying her reading time in her palace lawn. Plus, maid Rosalie becomes flustered at knowing that Lord Dane was worried about her. Moreover, the other maids suddenly stop their work, as they witness maid Rosalie's smiling face for the first after that incident. Yet on the other side, Lewellyn starts to get pissed with Rosalie's behavior, who irritatedly shouts at her to go somewhere else to play if she wants to waste her time. At seeing this cute chat between them, the maids cannot control themselves and burst into laughter. Further, one of the maids interferes, mentioning that their princess is a kind person than they originally thought, adding that they generally did not think about it, but even if they are lazy, she does not get angry. At which, another maid affirms her words, stating that although it is hard to accept, but the princess indeed never punishes them. Nevertheless, the third one reminds that she heard that a maid was executed by Queen Pamela right in this palace and the princess begged for her life. At listening to this, the first maid speaks that even if it's true that she failed to save that maid, but she saved their Rosalie. But in an instant, Sir Paulo arrives without any notice, stating that he also heard about that rumor. Besides, he informs that every knight knows about it, even White Knight gossips about this rumor. Paulo then reveals that Queen Pamela executed all the maids that Princess Lewellyn was close to just because Lewellyn's mother attempted to kill Bastian with her dark magic. The maids become scared at knowing that the queen ruthlessly assassinated innocent maids for the previous queen's fault. Plus, with tears in their eyes, they confirm that Lewellyn actually cherishes and cares about them. But she pretended all this time that she is an arrogant princess who sees their maids as a trash. Meanwhile, Paulo interrupts their guilty statements, stating that he thinks that Lewellyn is a very fragile person, but she also hides about that. However, the maids bring Commander Tristan from nowhere, mentioning that they thought he was miserable, but it is not true. To this, Paulo affirms them, replying that the knights also thought the same thing. And as he adds that despite he is the commander, he is an idiot. A massive figure suddenly arrives and halts behind Paulo. At noting the person's presence, the maids cover their mouths with terrified expression on their face, and quickly rushes to different directions, stating that they have so much work left to complete today. The person is none other than Commander Tristan, who already tightens his fist in anger to teach Paulo a lesson. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.